Okay, so I just stumbled upon this incredible tool called sapf that interprets a language for shaping sound. It's like programming for audio.
Wait, what? That sounds wild. How does it actually manage sound creation? Is it like a digital instrument?
Pretty much. It uses a functional stack-based approach with postfix notation. Think of it as how you might calculate expressions on paper, but for audio.
Oh, wow. So it's like writing musical equations. I imagine it can do some pretty complex stuff with sound, right?
Exactly. The magic is in its lazy sequences. Essentially, the audio events can be represented in an infinite series, just waiting to be called.
That's fascinating. So it's almost like having a never-ending playlist of sounds you can manipulate on the fly.
Yes, and it gets even better. It has these automatic mappings that let you apply functions to whole lists instead of one element at a time.
No way. That must make programming so much more efficient. Can you give me an example?
Sure. If you wanted to generate a series of pitches instead of looping through each one, you could just set up a range in one go.
Wow, that really reduces the lines of code. It sounds kind of poetic, like composing a piece of music in just a few commands.
Exactly. It's like the language itself encourages a certain elegance in how you express ideas. It almost reflects natural language.
That's such an interesting perspective. So it's not just about the sound, but how you express it through code, right?
Totally. And it's inspired by languages like APL and Haskell, which really push for concise, expressive programming.
I recognize APL. Isn't it known for its quirky symbols? How does sapf compare to that?
Great question. sapf opts for a simpler, more straightforward postfix syntax without all the complexity of symbols, less room for confusion.
That's a relief. So it's like taking the best parts of these languages, but making it more accessible.
Exactly. And because the data types are mostly immutable, it means you can run multiple threads without the risk of issues like deadlock.
That's brilliant. So you get performance without worrying about conflicts. How often do you see that in programming?
Not often. And when it comes to sound, that means you can layer textures effortlessly, creating richer compositions.
I never thought about it that way. So it's this ideal setup for sound design and experimentation.
Right, and auto mapping takes it to another level, where you can manipulate lists and create vast layers of sound with ease.
Mind blown! It's like sculpting audio waves instead of just layering tracks on top of each other.
Yes, think of it as if you're composing in 3D space instead of just linearly. It's a fresh approach.
That's refreshing. I'm picturing sound as the ultimate medium, flowing and shifting like a living art form.
Exactly. And the possibilities expand even more with its support for multi-channel outputs, creating immersive experiences.
I can imagine. So what's the learning curve like? Can someone new to programming dive in?
Actually, yes. The command line interface is intuitive, plus there are example files to help newcomers get started quickly.
That's great to hear. It sounds like a playground for creative coders and sound artists alike.
Totally. And with its structure, even non-programmers can grasp the basics and experiment without feeling overwhelmed.
I love that approach. It democratizes sound creation, letting anyone express their creativity through sound.
Yes. And you know, this whole idea of simplifying complex processes is like a gateway for deeper exploration.
Exactly. It makes the technology transparent, allowing for greater artistic expression without being bogged down by syntax.
And the flexibility of combining different paradigms, like functional and concatenative, is also super exciting.
Whoa, so it's like a fusion of programming styles? That kind of adaptability feels like the future of coding.
Right? Imagine a world where sound artists and programmers can seamlessly collaborate on projects.
That's a game changer. It blurs the lines between art and technology. Very inspiring.
Totally. It redefines how we can think about sound, pushing us to explore beyond traditional boundaries.
And it also leaves you wondering, what else can we reimagine in the world of programming and creativity?
Absolutely. So if this tool is any indication, the future of sound design and programming looks incredibly bright.
Definitely. I'm excited to see how artists will leverage these new capabilities to create something truly groundbreaking.